I was so excited to sit down with you, but it was so hard to figure out where to begin because your career is so expansive. And especially the last year and a half for you, lots of big things have happened. So it's like, geez, where do we begin? But let's start with, how have you seemingly stayed so grounded among so many changes, milestones, career-wise, personally? How have you seemingly stayed so level-headed?
I think it's just having like the mindset of controlling what I can control, and two things that I focus on daily are my work ethic and my attitude, and recognizing how to respond to things that I can control and things that I can't, and just staying true to who I am.
I think a lot of it too is finding balance, understanding priorities. Does that come naturally to you, or do you have to work at finding balance?
Definitely have had to work on that. I think over the last 5 years, balance has been something that I've really, really had to work on because of all the work that it's taken us to get to this point in the PWHL. So it's been a lot of work, but I think after the birth of my son, that's something that has been able to give me the best balance that I need, because there's nothing that's more important in my life than my time with him. And so it's understanding that when I'm with him, that's my time with him, and when I'm at the rink, I'm there to do my job, and when I leave the rink, I'm there to be mom. And not that I'm not mom when I'm at the rink, but when I'm off the ice and I'm at home, I need to put things away until the time comes about to address whatever needs to be that is addressed.
Now, I know we're already into season 2, but I want to just back it up a little bit and congratulate you, obviously, on a crazy successful first year of PWHL. And you obviously were extremely instrumental in just getting the league there. And so it felt very kismet and just perfect to see you lift the Walter Cup at the end there. What was it like when you were crossing that finish line, realizing like, we did it, we've got the league, and I won. I did it. What was that like for you?
Definitely, it was a very, very, very special moment, and so proud of our team, the way that we fought, the way that we scratched and clawed back at the end, losing 7 games in a row, and I think everyone but ourselves counted us out. We knew we believed in each other in the room, the person sitting to the left of us, the person sitting to the right of us, and we had everything that we needed in that room that each and every night, and I think we truly believed that. So the moment of raising the Walter Cup was such a moment of just being so proud of our group or what we accomplished this season. And then in addition to that, another layer is just so proud of where we've come as a sport. And I think I felt the weight of everyone who helped get the sport to where it is today in that moment, and that a reflection of being able to hoist the trophy. There's so many people that made that moment possible. So many people that won't ever play in the PWHL, and I think it's important that they feel part of it, that they feel that they had a big hand in making that moment possible. And so there was definitely a lot of emotions. Your job as a professional athlete is to bring a championship back to your city. And so to be able to get that job done in that moment was really, really memorable. And it'll be a part of hockey history forever.
You did something pretty cool over the summer. You got to be a voice in a Disney Pixar film. I just want to know how that came to be, how you embraced that. What was that like for you?
Well, they reached out to me, and initially I wasn't sure if it was real or if it was spam, because I'm like, they don't want me in a Disney Pixar movie. Like, this can't be real. So my agent made a call, and it was real. And I'm telling you, few weeks later, I was in a studio in Chicago recording the lines that they asked me to say, and I had the whole team in LA on Zoom while I was in Chicago, and it was amazing, and just to be able to learn from them, and then fast forward to the movie comes out, and to go to the premiere in LA, that was like, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, how did we get here? What are we doing here? It was just so cool. But I think, in all seriousness regarding the movie, Inside Out, the first one had such an impact on me, like seeing Riley and a girl playing hockey in such a extremely popular movie. I was looking for movies like this when I was a kid. Seeing someone that looked like me playing the sport that I love. We had the Mighty Ducks. I remember, the couple girls that were on the Mighty Ducks. But other than that, I'm like, they could have picked a different sport and no one would have blinked. But the fact that she played hockey, it was so fitting. And obviously with the year 1 of the PWHL, Inside Out 2 comes out. It was the biggest, animated film of of all time. So just to have a small part, and that was like such an honor. And my favorite part, there's a lot of favorite parts, but at the end of the credits, it says babies born during production, and my son's name is in there. So that'll be something that, because I was pregnant when I recorded with him in my belly. So that'll be something that'll be really special for years to come as well.
Oh, that's the best. One more question on that though, because when I'm not here doing this stuff, I do voice acting. And so that's my world a little bit. And so I'm curious, someone who is walking into that space, what was most surprising to you about it?
It was so hard. And if you've seen the movie, you know I don't have a lot of lines in the movie. And I was there in the studio for about 4 hours. And like I said, I didn't have a lot of lines. I was exhausted. And I was like, by the end of it, I'm like, am I still saying goal correctly? Because I've been like, goal. Like,
this isn't real
how
anymore.
else can I say it? Like, is it still coming out okay? And like, it was awesome to have, you know, the team in LA coaching me, because that's one thing I've always had my whole life as a hockey player, as a coach. I'm like, I'm coachable. Just tell me what you need me to do. And they sent me the lines a little bit in advance of going into the studio, so I was able to read them. Obviously, I couldn't tell anybody about the movie or my part or anything. So my husband knew, and I basically would do say the lines to him, and he just like, okay, sounds great, but like we don't know what we're doing. To your point, so it was, like you said, stamina, but just for me, like once in a lifetime experience and opportunity, and just such an honor. I think one thing that's important to note too is there's a technical director on the crew, and the technical director was actually the one, she played hockey, and she recommended me for an announcer because she lives in San Jose and she heard me on a Sharks broadcast, and so she's like, well, why don't we try reaching out to Kendall? And so that's kind of how that all came about. But yeah, it was an honor, but it's very hard. So kudos to you.
Lastly, for me, your career has taken you so many cool places. You've done so many cool things. But I bet the coolest thing in the world is just getting to go home at the end of every day and snuggle your little guy. As he grows up and you get to share your accomplishments with him, what do you think you'll be most proud to share with him, or most proud to teach him?
I think for me, the most important are the two things. One, it's that he finds something he loves so much that it's something he wants to pursue in his life. I know we're a ways away from that, but it's just that he doesn't feel forced into anything, that he knows he can be who he wants to be, and pursue anything in his life that he loves, and we will support him in that, whatever that may be, and just to be a good person, to treat people the right way. Those two things, I think, can go a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for your time today, Kendall. All the best.
Thank you.